The graph of a function f is given. We want to use the graph to estimate the following. For part A, we want to find out all the local maximum and minimum values of the function and the value of x at which each occurs, and the intervals on which the function is increasing and on which the function is decreasing. So starting on the left-hand side, we can see that there's an arrow pointing down here, and then there's an arrow here. So that means we're going from negative infinity to positive infinity. Now let's label our x-axis. So you can see here that it's going from 0 to negative 2, so that means that these values for x are going in increments of 2. And the y-axis is going in increments of 1, so negative 1 to negative 2. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Okay, now let's take a look at the turning points. So if we start on the left-hand side of the graph and we go all the way to the top, here's a turning point at negative 4 and then 8. So we have a turning point at negative 4, positive 8. Okay, and then as we decrease, now we end up with another turning point here, and that turning point has an ordered pair of 0, negative 2. And then now we end up increasing here to another turning point at 4, 3. And then going down here, we have another turning point at 6, 2. So we want to figure out what represents the local maximum. Well, the local maximum, we can see here we have one at negative 4, 8, which is one of the peaks, and then the other peak is 4, 3. Now again, we want to use the smaller of the x values. So negative 4 is smaller than positive 4. So the first order pair is going to be negative 4 and then 8. And then the next order pair for the local maximum is 4 and then 3. Okay, now we want to be able to find the local minimums. So the values here is that we have one here at 0, 2, negative 2, and the other one is at 6, 2. So again, according to the question, they want us to put in the smaller of the x values. So 0 is smaller than the 6. So that means we have 0, negative 2 for the local maximum, and then, minimum, and then 6, and then 2 here. Okay, now we need to figure out where is the function increasing. So it's increasing starting from negative infinity on the x-axis all the way to negative 4 on the x-axis. So it's going from negative infinity to negative 4. And it's also increasing from the value of x at 0 and then to 4. So it's increasing from 0 to 4. And it's also increasing from 6 to positive infinity. Now where is the function decreasing? Well, it's starting at the x value of negative 4 and going to the x value of 0. So we have negative 4 to 0, and it's also decreasing from 4 to 6.